In South Liverpool, McCall is now back at home. His bike's got a puncture and he's come back to mend it. We asked him about his drinking.
You guys are probably a little bit confused by what he means on that last word in that sentence. We asked about his drinking. His drinking of Capri Suns? What is he, like 7? No. This kid is an alcoholic. In the same TV series that we've been watching Junk Food Kids on, that we made 3 videos on now, where these kids are clearly being overfed and fed bad food, and the parents' excuses for this is nothing short from trying to pass the blame onto anything but themselves. There was actually a kid on here that I saw that had an alcoholic drinking problem, which kind of blew me away. I didn't know whether or not I should do an episode on this, but I thought about it, and I actually watched a little bit of it, and well, holy shit. Like, it gets pretty ridiculous. Let's watch it together.
Buy a bottle of vodka every week. It's £10 a bottle, innit? We get people to go in, stand outside the shop, just drink around the streets. It's just boss. It just makes me feel better.
Jesus Christ, bro. I don't know whether to make a joke from that or to generally feel awful and sad by that at the same time. You're having, what, he's like 11 or something? 11-year-old telling us that it feels better to drink. The only things that should be making this kid feel better is Christmas presents and getting a little bit of money from the Tooth Fairy. Not drinking alcohol. It's just insane. Now, later on in the video as well, you're going to meet the mother, who I'm sure she is just as you would probably picture her. But while watching this, I think we should definitely ask the question, at what point should we draw the line where these types of people have their kids taken off of them? Because absolutely, having an 11 or 12-year-old or however old he is as an alcoholic and saying that it's out of your control is just a terrible excuse.
But his mother sees things differently.
It makes him an angry person, I think, and all his anger comes out when he's drunken and people see a different Macaulay to what we see.
Yeah, no shit, he's fucking drunk. Bro, what 11-year-old wouldn't act different? It's really fucking bizarre, like, we give him a fucking little bit of fucking alcohol and he fucking changes. I don't fucking get it. Yeah, it's strange that, isn't it, guys? We feed Corey here a few Jaeger bombs and he changes. Hell, I'm in my 20s. You feed me a few Jaeger bombs, I'll probably change too. I don't know what it is with these people. And again, it's not like I'm sure she's never touched alcohol in her life, so she's completely oblivious to what alcohol does. But weird that, isn't it? It's weird how alcohol makes you go a little bit different. Jesus Christ, man. These parents are just something else. I feel like it does make you pretty angry as well, because there's no indication there of any guilt. You know, her first words are just how Corey acts. You know, it's him. He just acts different and it's really embarrassing. I should do better as a parent, and I actually feel very bad that Corey is in this type of situation now. And I get it, with poverty lines, there's going to be certain things that happen, but for your kid to be an alcoholic at the age of 11 or however old he is, I've not heard that before, and for me, that's pretty insane. Like, don't get me wrong, where I went to school wasn't exactly the roughest place ever, but there was some kind of rough places. And yeah, sure, I knew of kids who were 15 and would take little sips of alcohol here and there sometimes. But later on in the video, he literally talks about how one time he drank 4 bottles of wine. I'm pretty sure if you put 4 bottles of wine on a scale, it would probably weigh more than him. I don't really know how that's physically possible, but yes. And he got rushed to hospital. At what point as a parent do you really step in and take over?
And I don't know what it is. When he steps out the house, he completely changes.
Macaulay says he gets the money from his mother, something she denies.
Sellotape too, yeah?
Pass me it?
Yeah. Getting excited now, aren't you?
Shut up.
What a lovely young boy. But you're fucking well, fucking excited fucking now, aren't you? Shut up. Nice.
Weirdo.
Well, I don't buy alcohol. I don't give him money for alcohol. No alcohol allowed in this house. No one drinks in this house.
Except for Corey. Like, there's like subtly lying to a camera and maybe getting away with some stuff. But when you have invited the camera crew to document your alcoholic son and you say the sentence, "No one drinks here." While then Corey goes on and talks about how he drinks vodka, a bottle a week, and then drinks 4 bottles of wine. What? Yeah, no one drinks in this house. No one. Well, apart from Corey, I guess half of us. She claims that she doesn't give him the money. Oh, yes. Corey gets it from his full-time job that he has. I don't know what it is. Like, these people maybe think that we're dumb and can't see straight through that. Like, we're going to sit there and be like, oh, okay. No, well, she just said that she didn't give the money to Corey, so I don't know actually where he gets the money. Bit of a head scratch, that one.
When he was much younger, Macaulay was taken to Alder Hey because of drinking at a family party.
I drank 4 bottles of wine. I drank it on the sly. Had to stay in hospital overnight.
Jesus Christ, bro. I like how people literally fucking flinch when you're playing the Ring of Fire and you have to drink the dirty pints. Corey here drank 4 fucking bottles of wine. That is the ultimate punishment. No kid should have to drink even a glass of wine. Just wine in general is bad. 4 bottles. Like, what the hell, bro? And also, what do you mean by when Corey was much younger? My guy was literally born, like, what, 3 months ago? Corey's 11, but when he was just 4, he decided to drink 4 bottles of wine. He tried to be Jesus that night and do the opposite. Unfortunately for Corey, the wine did not turn into water and remained wine. I'm not going to lie, I don't think it was quite 4 bottles. I know they're over-exaggerating. Pretty sure if you drank 4 bottles of anything, and I'm assuming at the age of, I don't know, 7 or 6 or something, if they're saying much younger, it would probably kill you. Generally, even 4 bottles of water. But still, even giving an adult 1 glass of wine is a punishment. Man, I feel bad for that kid. Even 1 bottle, holy crap.
4 bottles or not, the experience put him off wine.
Never drank wine after it.
But it hasn't put him off vodka.
And what would you say to those people who might be watching this thinking, why can't you control your son?
I can control him, but I can't control him 24 hours a day.
What a non-answer, huh, guys? I mean, she answered the question, just not very well. I can control him, just not all the time. What? So that means no. So you answered that wrong. No, you can't control him is what you meant to say. I can control him, just I can't control him is what she basically said. What a no-yes answer that really was.
In the community, what we do in our house works brilliantly. What he does when he leaves the house is a different story because I can't follow him around. I eat 24 hours a day. It's behind my back, everything.
Again, what a terrible answer. What do you mean, bro? It's behind my back. And, you know, if I don't see it, it doesn't happen. I can't control Corey 24 hours a day. What are you guys, stupid? I'm sorry, if that was my mum and I did this, holy bro. They wouldn't let me out. That would be the simple conclusion to this argument. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I generally feel for this kid because, again, he's not really being taught the right things by his mum. And yeah, probably around about this time, it's getting to a point where he's older and is probably going to have real complications, not only to his health, but to his well-being. Drinking a lot can definitely change you as a person. Not only is it bad for your liver and kidneys, yeah, I think no one is a stranger to that, but it can have real complications on your brain. And I could only imagine the type of detrimental effects it could have on a kid who's 11 years old, who drinks every day. Like a bottle of vodka a week is insane. Regardless of it being maybe one of the small ones or a liter, regardless, any alcohol at the age of 11 or how old this kid is gonna be terrible for him, especially considering that he's still in his development stages. It's gonna have real dire consequences later on in life. And the best excuse she could come up with is, well, I can't control him 24/7. Well, unfortunately, that's kind of the job of a parent. I know I say all this kind of stuff and I don't actually have kids of my own, so I can get how some people might get a little bit angry by that, saying I have real no idea and I'm clueless. But luckily, I would say the majority of the people that have children, this doesn't happen. So I'm gonna lean towards, yeah, it wouldn't have been that hard if you would have caught it straight away. Again, leaving these types of behaviors long enough, he's now addicted to the substance, clearly, and it's going to be a hell of a lot harder to break that cycle.
To see how kids drinking affects the hospital, it was time to spend a whole Friday night at Alder Hey.
It's been a very, very busy last hour here. I can run through the list of the children who've been checked in. 4 head injuries, 7 limb injuries, 3 fevers and vomiting. There's an infected finger and a suspected swine flu. Nobody who's been drinking.
I didn't know whether coming into this I was being a little bit naive and this is something that happens into other communities that I'm not a part of. That's something that I do think about. I don't want to be sat here being completely naive to the world, saying this type of stuff when this is definitely a massive, huge issue that I'm unaware about, and I'm just spewing all this commentary while completely ignoring the fact that this is a real problem. One kid at my school did get his stomach pumped for drinking. Again, it happens, absolutely. But it sounds like with Corey here, it's an ongoing thing that happens every day and week. It's not like one of those one-time occurrences. And those times that it happened even at my school, it would be a one-time occurrence. It wouldn't be like they would do it all the time. For reference, there was no alcoholic kids at my school. And then later on, they actually do have one kid come into the hospital due to alcoholic reasons, in which a 13-year-old had been drinking in a park just down the road. But again, they talk about how, this really affects the hospital. They don't have time to treat these types of conditions. Obviously, they do because, they kind of have to. But they'd rather be putting their time into patients that actually need their help. Patients that didn't have a choice whether or not they got ill. Real conditions or symptoms from real things. Not self-inflicted, oopsie, I drank too much moments.
Our A&E department is there for a reason. It is to deal with conditions of children that may be very serious indeed. So if we're dealing with drunk children we don't need to be, that's again wasting our time.
And a month after we filmed him, Macaulay says he's given up drinking vodka.
I haven't drunk for ages now.
But if you, for whatever reason, got hold of 50 quid today, how quickly would you be using that on alcohol?
I wouldn't.
But that's good. It's a start, isn't it? It's changed.
Do you like it so much?
Because I wouldn't.
Because you're realising how it's bad for you, aren't you?
Because I don't drink no more, that's why. Because my mum told me if I drink anymore, she's not going to give me out no money, so I'm not.
Yeah, I couldn't help but watch the end there and not really believe that. At first I was kind of like, well, that's good. He's not drinking anymore. But yeah, that's definitely footage of someone who has told their son to say certain things in front of the camera. I'll give you 20 quid if you don't say now, is probably how that conversation went just before they started filming. Which is incredibly sad because at the end of this, I feel like it would have been nice to have a little bit of a glimpse of hope of not drinking, obviously. But I feel like seeing it like this, there's not really a whole lot of hope, which again is it is pretty sad to see. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of this episode. Again, I was pretty unsure whether or not to put it in, but it was definitely more of a shocking episode. Obviously, wish nothing but the best for Corey, and I know these episodes were recorded quite a while ago, so hopefully he's not drinking anymore. But judging by the little interview at the end, I wouldn't really be that surprised. But anyway, boys and girls, hope you found this interesting. I'll see you all in tomorrow's video. Bye-bye.